The first reading is You Reading This, Be Ready by William Stafford. Starting here, what do you want to remember? How sunlight creeps along a shining floor, what scent of old wood hovers, what softened sound from outside fills the air. Will you ever bring a better gift for the world than the breathing respect that you carry wherever you go right now? Are you waiting for time to show you some better thoughts? When you turn around, starting here, lift this new glimpse that you found. Carry into evening all that you want from this day. This interval you spent reading or hearing this, keep it for life. What can anyone give you greater than now? Starting here, right in this room, when you turn around. Let us enter a place of peace and serenity where you are one with your spiritual being. Be at peace within your space where the absence of all that is temporal is its most cherished gift. Let us enter the stillness. When love and compassion are present in us and we send them outward, then that is truly prayer. Further, in sending love outward, we may notice a change in our own heart. The second reading is Look to This Day by Kalidasa. Is that correct? Okay. Kalidasa is often considered ancient India's greatest poet and playwright of the 4th century. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. And today, well lived, makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is the salutation to the ever-new dawn. Please stand in body or spirit and sing Meditation on Breathing, number 1009.
We're going to begin with the drone, and then we're going to add the melody, and then we're going to add the descant, like it says. So it's going to be a lot of fun and beautiful.
And sing whatever you like.
Yeah, and we have a little brief introduction first. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace.
Today's talk is titled, coincidentally, Greater Than Now, to be delivered by Reverend Rod Richards. Rod recently retired as minister of the Unitarian Universalist San Luis Obispo, having been called to this ministry in 2012, and will be moving with his wife, Ms. Hanji?
Yes.
Ah, got it right. Yeah, Hanji. To St. Paul, Minnesota. Minnesota.
Yes.
In a couple of weeks. In fact, you're leaving
Actually leaving Saturday.
this Saturday. So get him now while you can. Okay, so he served as vice president of the UU Ministers Association from 2019 to 2022. And Reverend Rod wishes to share the following message with you. I am deeply grateful to all those who faithfully keep the flame of this living tradition burning, for the world is in desperate need of the best of what we offer. As we seek to meet the moment, may we find the courage to fully embrace this time in which we live. With deep gratitude and pleasure, Reverend Rod Richards, please join us.
Thank you. Thank you. It is good to see you all. It is good to be here. It is beginning to sink in that we'll be leaving the Central Coast. It's a beautiful area, and I will miss the beautiful people here. So it's good to be here and be able to share one more time before we journey back. It's kind of like a coming home to St. Paul. So. Time is a funny thing. And that is the kind of profound observation you've come to expect from this minister, right? And alas, it is not even quite what I mean to say. The truth is that I have no real idea what time is. What strikes me as funny is our, or at least my, conceptions of and responses to this thing we humans have come to describe as time. It flies, we say. It drags. It heals all wounds. It keeps on slipping into the future. It stretches forward and backward. It is on my side. It is against me. It marches on. It waits for no one. The list goes on. You're probably thinking of other phrases. And though we are presumably living within it, we are, in a cultural sense, often battling against it, battling against this thing we call time. It is not a stretch to imagine human life split into two sections. The first being when one yearns to be older, and the second being when one longs to be younger. In fact, we wish to be forever young, according to at least two famous song titles that I can think of. One by Bob Dylan and the other by Jay-Z, artists who span at least a couple generations, which reminds me also of how we speak about generations and the traits of each generation in definitive ways, and then folks in my generation often try to convince following generations of the ways in which our time and our traits were superior to what came after. As if we don't remember what that felt like when our parents and grandparents sought to do the same. And listen, I understand that there may be good reasons to define and articulate differences in characteristics from one generation to the next. But sometimes I think it serves to lock us in, to shut us down, to trade actual communication for categorization. I'm of a different generation, I say. I just don't understand these things happening today. I come from a different time, I say, as if I just walked out of a time machine. I just don't get what's going on. I carry conceptions of what I should feel like born in a certain year, reaching a certain age, and sometimes remark on how my experience differs from what I think it should be. I don't feel 65, I may say. I still feel inside like I should be 25, which makes me wonder about what I think 65 should feel like. And I've now heard enough of us, senior citizens, proclaiming that we feel much younger than whatever age we are to understand that it is not an aberration, but a characteristic of growing older to feel that we are still inside our younger self. To put it another way, I have rarely, I dare say never, heard anyone say they feel exactly the age they are. It's more often, I can't believe I'm. This time displacement shows up in other ways too, especially in times like these. Times that feel so out of control. Times that feel so hard to understand. Times that confound us and confuse us to the point of despair. It is easy to begin imagining escape to another time. I am too old to engage. I am too tired to care. I am too confused to know what to do. I am too distraught to find hope. I am in this world, sure, but I am not of this world, to borrow an old biblical phrase. It is hard, to use a euphemism, to embrace such a prickly period of time as this one. It is hard to enthusiastically embrace something that seems to be covered in threatening thorns. However, I am trying to imagine for myself what it would be like to do just that. Because I do feel that distance sometimes from this present reality. I realize that I sometimes invite that distance between myself and the time that I live in. I sometimes need that distance. I need to protect myself. But then I hear the poet reminding me that nothing is greater than now. So I started trying to imagine what it would be like to stop picturing myself as displaced in time and think of myself as precisely where I need to be. In an excerpt from the Kindness Handbook, Buddhist writer Sharon Salzberg recounts her attempt to get from New York to Tucson to hear the Dalai Lama speak, and instead being stuck in an airplane on a runway at LaGuardia Airport for over 4 hours. Looking back on it, I sometimes refer jokingly to those hours as the breakdown of civilization, she writes. It was hot and it grew hotter. After a point, people started yelling, "Let me off this plane!" The pilot resorted to getting on the PA system and saying sternly, "No one is getting off this plane." I wasn't feeling all that chipper myself. I couldn't seem to get in touch with the people who were supposed to pick me up at the airport, and I was concerned about them. I had an apartment to go to in New York City and kept thinking, to no avail, I can just go back there and try again tomorrow. I was hot. I felt pummeled by the people shouting around me. And then she writes, I recalled an image that Bob Thurman, professor of Buddhist studies at Columbia University, often uses to describe kindness and compassion that comes from seeing the world more truthfully. He says, imagine you are on the New York City subway and these Martians come and zap the subway car so that those of you in the car are going to be together forever. What do? If someone is hungry, we feed them. If someone is freaking out, we try to calm them down. We might not at all like everybody or approve of them, but we are going to be together forever, and we need to respond with the wisdom of how interrelated our lives are and will remain. So sitting on that airplane, she writes, I was struck by the recollection of Bob's story, and I looked around the cabin and thought, maybe these are my people. That story has become a touchstone for me. It is about people and our connections, and it is also about time. Maybe these are my people. Maybe this is my time. That subway car or that airplane or that grocery store or that city council meeting or that movie theater or that doctor's office or even that online forum, maybe these are my people. And with that realization comes the next, that I can't opt out because I'm of a different generation. And I won't, in that moment, bother saying that my time has come and gone, and I won't have time to elucidate all the ways we can never understand one another across the divide of time, or can never fully understand the pain that humans cause for one another and for all of life. But if someone is hungry, we feed them. If someone is freaking out, we try to calm them down. We might not at all like everybody, but we are going to be together. And we need to respond with the wisdom of how interrelated our lives are and will remain. What if I could say, this is my time, with that sort of conviction? Not because I approve of all that is occurring, not because I understand what's happening or why, not even because I am certain that I can see it change for the better in my lifetime, but because I am here, whatever age I may be, whatever my background and experience, whatever perspectives I may hold or have discarded, I am here. Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. And when I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. And when I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. I think of all those people who lived and loved and struggled for the rights of all, who lived and died before things shifted toward the light, who lived and loved and struggled without seeing the changes they fought for, yet who made the changes possible. I think of Holly Near singing, I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It would dishonor those who come before us. So lift me up to the light of change. It is fashionable to imagine that I, such a unique individual, am displaced in time, not a part of the unpleasant aspects of what is, but it is faithful to claim this time as my time, to claim it unequivocally as my own, the place where my life, every breath will play out, to say yes and not yes, but... Will you ever bring a better gift for the world than the breathing respect that you carry wherever you go right now? Are you waiting for time to show you some better thoughts? This is our time. Our congregations are made for this time. The UU community of Cambria was made for this time. And I don't mean that in terms of predestination or predetermination by some unknown force. I mean that we hold a saving message for this time. Confronting powers and structures of evil with justice, compassion, and the transforming power of love. Putting love at the center of all that we do, recognizing and celebrating the dignity of every person, recognizing and celebrating our connection to one another and to all of life, holding ourselves accountable for what we send rippling out across that interdependent web of all life. People yearn for a community that humbly, imperfectly, yes, but humbly and faithfully holds and returns to these truths in the here and now. A community that recognizes that all of us need all of us to survive. A community that strives to build community through love, support, spiritual growth, and to actively promote social and environmental justice. If they ask what we did well, tell them we said yes right here. In this time and this place, we said yes to love. Look around you now. Maybe these are your people. Maybe this is our time. Maybe there is no maybe about it. So may it be.
So now is the time, now. All right, this morning's offering will now be given and received. And please remember, we are a self-sustaining congregation and provide all financial resources for our many ministries. We recognize the spiritual value of generosity and invite you to participate. If you are viewing this service remotely, please use one of the methods shown on the screen. Thank you. Thank you, Jan. That was delightful. And Claude, I'll sign you up. Okay, our thanks for all the gifts given and received for the work of this community. Let's please stand in body and or spirit and sing the closing hymn, Let It Be a Dance.
There you go, you get a chance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need to reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. The morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong, then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, hear the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance.
Okay. As we prepare to extinguish the chalice, let us recite the valediction. There you go. We have basked in the warmth and beauty, this flame and this community. As the chalice flame is extinguished, we shall carry its glow onward. Let us kindle new sparks within these walls and beyond. And please extinguish your chalice at home now. Oh, yeah. Now, let us form a circle and join hands. Rod?
Yes. You're up here. Okay. Very good. Is there anything greater than now? Take a look around you here and you at home that are watching on Zoom. Be in this moment together. Maybe these are our people. Maybe this is our time. Maybe There is no maybe about it. Go in peace and love and joy. Awesome. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It was great to have you.
Me too.